Good morning, everybody. Welcome to My Creative Time with Emma, and also welcome to another Try Me Tuesday. For today is definitely a little bit of a challenge, okay? Because we all were to make something with a feather, which I don't have a feather die, but Miss Cher actually directed us to an awesome video. I don't know her name, but I will put a link to it on my blog, and she will show you how to cut out a feather made by hand. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to make two. I need a second card actually because I need a thank you card. So I'm going to show you the first one I made here. And these are my feathers here that I actually cut out by hand. And I have to say they actually weren't too bad. I was actually really kind of proud of these. Took me a little bit. I had to cut these things out like maybe 4 or 5 times until I actually got one that somewhat looked like a feather, I should say. So what I did was I'm just thinking I'm going to have to add some, I'm going to add a pop dot there to so this could kind of stay down so it won't keep popping up. So I'll do that after. But anyways, what I did was now just a little tip here, whoever's been taking the watercolor class, this is the first time I watercolored on vellum, and I didn't realize that you're not supposed to put too much water in there, and that, which one of the videos did tell us in the class, don't put too much water on there. Of course, I didn't pay attention. I was trying to blend it so much that they all kind of curled up and looked horrible. So what I did was I had to dry it in between each how should I say, coats or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, so that's what I had to do. I heat dried it and it actually came out okay, but it was so curly that I needed to do something else to fix it. So what I did was I ran it through my machine. I embossed it, you know, using my, let me see what, I don't know what this is, but this is from the Paper Studio. I embossed it using this right here, this little design. I ran it through just so it could be a little bit more flat, and it actually did the job. I just need to put some pop dots right here just to kind of hold that down just a tad. So that's what I did with my feathers, and like I said, I will show you, I will link the video so you could see how we made those. And then for the happiness is being with you, that is from my set called Way to Go. And it's that right there. It's kind of like a little, you just have to kind of match them up. But it's their happiness and then is being with you down there. And then what I do is I just watercolored some background and then did this. So we are going to make the similar card using my little feathers that I was not too happy with, but I didn't want to do them again. I didn't want to cut them out a 6th time. So we're just going to go with it. So I'll show you my poor little feathers afterward. But we're going to go ahead and make this card together really quick. It's going to be almost exactly like that one you just saw. Okay, so we're going to do, we are going to just, hold on one second. We are just going to go ahead and just put this here. We're going to do this is a little piece of watercolor paper. And this is just basically little pieces that I have left over, okay? And then we're going to use this mustard seed, and I'm just going to put it here on my little thing. And this is the acrylic block here from the Teresa Collins e-bosser. I figure this is the best thing to work with. So this way I could just tape down my paper. This one I might make a little different. I think I may add a little bit of the spice marmalade as well. I'm actually going to let's put it in the mix. How about that? Okay, there we go. It's not too bad. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just add some more water just to get it moving. Oops, sorry. Getting my baseball reminders for practice for Anthony. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it as is, just like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my heat tool to it really quick here. Okay, so I went ahead and I just dried that really quick here. There were some parts that were a lot wet there. Let me just take this tape off and let me go ahead. I'm just going to put the heat gun behind it as well. Okie dokie, there we go. So we have that all together there. So what I'm going to do Here goes my two little ugly feathers. You can, I mean, they're not ugly. I mean, they're not as nice as the other ones came out. These look like, if you wanted more little, I'm not sure what you call these little wispy things there. That's the way, you know, you just have to cut them a little bit more. But like I said, I will link the video on how to make your little feathers. And that's, of course, if you obviously have a feather dye, you don't need to use that feature, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm going to do, I just put some little glue here just to glue those. Oops, I don't want to glue it down just yet because I want to put my, I want to go ahead and stamp this sentiment on there, many thanks. And this is also from that same stamp set that I just showed you, the way to go. So we're going to go ahead and stamp that. I'll be right here. Okay, and then I'll put this right there. Let me go ahead and glue this down really quick. And again, I'm just using my hot glue gun since I have that out. I mean, that's always on my table. Okay, and then now that I got that down there, I am going to, let's go ahead and get some little hemp twine here. Let me find my scissors. Okay, let me get some scissors here. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and just make a quick little bow. I didn't get a chance to look in my camera, so I'm praying that this is all in the camera so you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Alright, so now I am just going to throw some more heat, what do you call it, some hot glue on here. If you want it just something to stick down like really super duper fast, just use hot glue. Okay, so, that smeared just a little bit. Oh no, it's not, it didn't smear. Oh, thank God. Okay, good. Alright, so, even though I say stuff like that doesn't bother me, it kind of really does though. Okay, so now what we're going to do, let me grab my little, I have a little craft mat that I cut down for me to, let me clean off my brush really quick. I don't want to just leave it in this water. I cut down my craft mat here just to, what do you call it? You know, just for my cards, because I clearly don't need that big old craft net just to do, you know, something small like this. So I'm just using my Victorian velvet here. And I'm just going to go ahead and ink up the edges. And this will kind of go with the color that I did on the, what do you call that? On the feathers, because I used watercolor for the feathers, but not watercolor. I actually did all my watercoloring with the Distress inks. So for those of you who actually, I think you can still take the class. To be honest with you, I'm not really sure. You just cannot be involved with anything you can't just hook anything up to their gallery or be involved with any giveaways or anything like that. But if you have Distress inks, by all means use that. Trust me, because don't even waste your time. Don't even bother buying, going out purchasing, what do you call that? Watercolors, because the Distress inks, they do the same purpose, to be honest with you. I mean, had I known. But I'm glad I did buy. The one, I have to say, out of all of the watercolors that I did have, like the one I got for my birthday, the watercolor, the pencils, those Inktense pencils, I love those. That and the other one, which I completely love, is the Koi the little watercolor, the Koi watercolor ones. I'm pretty sure they're called Koi. Yeah. I'm just putting a lot of this on because it's, you know, it was done with watercolor, and I don't want I want it to be able to go on the card perfectly without getting sinking down. So anyways, those were my favorites of the watercolors. But you know what, a watercolor is a watercolor, to be honest with you. I just particularly liked those myself. So we're just going to go ahead and just put this, we'll put this right here. I may trim it down a little, which I think I might do. I'm going to go ahead and trim some down here real fast. Okay, you're going to laugh at what, I cannot believe I just did this. Okay, well, first of all, I put this on upside down, okay, when I first glued it on here. So when I went to trim it, I trimmed it at the folding part. So, yeah. But you know what we're going to do? Let me grab my little, we're going to fix this. I'm going to show you how to fix this. So you don't want to waste it, you know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness, that was so funny. I was sitting here laughing by myself, and my doggies are looking at me like, what the heck is wrong with you? I can't believe I just did that. We're just going to score this like so, okay? And then, I should have scored it a little bit more, but that's okay. We are going to grab some, this kind of tape right here. This is just some score tape, like so. And then, let me go ahead and just get that like that. Okay, and then we're just going to go ahead and just connect this behind here. Okay, see, so look it. So now it does open like a card. See, my card just got a band-aid. Okay, everybody, that is it for my cards today. I will add some little bit of sequence here, like I did with this one, but I just needed 2 cards. So I wanted to just quickly do one on. Now you could go ahead and make this the little color a little bit more intense. So after I dried it, I should have added more color, but I didn't. I figured, you know what, this will keep it super simple. And basically that's what it looks like. And this is just all using the Distress inks, okay? So that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will have a what do you call it, a link to my blog on how to cut out these little flowers here. That's if you don't have a die. And oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. I had a few people say they're not going to do our color palette challenge because they don't have watercolors. It's definitely not a watercolor challenge, my friends. The only reason why I did mine with watercolors because I was taking the class and I wanted to incorporate my homework in with the challenge. So I did mine with watercolors. Just use regular inks that you have, like your Distress ink, just regular inks. And you don't even have to do any kind of watercoloring whatsoever. It's just that I took this class and I'm on a mission. I want to perfect this because I really, really enjoy it. I like the look of it. It just kind of gives your cards a different look. You know me, if you've been following me for a long time, I get bored real fast. And that's exactly where I was headed. I was getting bored. So it's just taking these classes is just teaching different techniques. And that's what I wanted to do to make it where I won't lose interest in what I love to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I did mine with watercolor. But by all means, use your own regular inks. It doesn't matter. Just as long as you incorporate those colors. If you have a hard time with all the colors, use a few of them. You don't have to use every single one of them. Okay, everybody, so that's about it. Don't forget to visit my blog at www.creativetimeforme.com to see what the rest of my awesome design team members have done using these really pretty, well, this one, not that one, these really pretty feathers on their projects today. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, and I will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.